Let's go fishing with Compleat Angler.
There are so many different types of rods, but the question is, what is the right rod for you? Dylan, George, what is the right rod?
Okay, we've got a pretty good selection of rods available. Just a few different options we've got here. We've got things from long shore-based fishing rods, might be on a surf beach or a long pier. You've got smaller, shorter baitcaster style rods, maybe for Murray cod fishing or doing something along the lines of that, right through to graphite spin rods, and then more traditional fiberglass style bait fishing rods. So in terms of materials, I mean, what are the differences? What have we got here?
Okay, so as you can see, we've got graphite, which is generally feather light, super crisp in the tip, but super versatile. Now, if you're throwing a unweighted soft plastic, a small hard-bodied lure, or even a really, really light bait presentation, these rods are super effective. They're ultra lightweight in the hand, super fast in action, which means you can turn a lot more bites into hookups. They are brilliant. On the other hand, we've got the more traditional style fiberglass rods. They are a lot heavier, but also a lot softer in the tip. So we prefer to sell these to guys that are using them for bait fishing. Generally with a softer tip rod, they're a lot more forgiving, but still got super razor sharp bite sensitivity, shock absorption, and lots of strength in the butt. The best way to control a fish, to fight the fish, and to get the maximum pressure on a fish is to use the rod correctly. Now we suggest and we recommend, Al being the fish, Dylan being the fisherman, that the rod angle should be up at 45 degrees and Dylan will be collecting the slack line. So lifting up to 45 degrees and winding back down to 0. That's the way to put the most amount of pressure on a fish, so you're in control as the fisherman. Now, we have had in some cases where we've got excited, and I've done it, you've probably all done it, where we lift the rod up past 45 degrees, where now all the pressure out of that rod is no longer in the butt, where Dylan's hand is, but in the tip. Now, if Al, being the fish, was to pull down any more now, that rod will snap. So avoid high sticking the rod, guys. Remember, the best working angle of the rod is to lift up to 45 and wind back down to 0. Up to 45, back to 0.
So what about the length of the rod? Because they come in all different lengths.
They do. It's imperative to come in and talk to someone like us to select the right rod for what you're doing, but there's lots of different lengths available. You might pick a really long rod for maximum casting distance if you're on a surf beach with big waves. On the other hand, a shorter rod might suit your accurate casting, getting a lure or bait right up underneath structure for an ultimate presentation. So there's lots of lengths out there, but we do recommend come in and talk to us because we'll find the right rod for you.
Let's go fishing with Compleat Angler.